Welcome to PWS United, a podcast for the Prader-Willi syndrome community, brought to you by PWSA USA. This podcast gives the latest news in research, advocacy, and family support by bringing together staff, volunteers, PWS treatment specialists, biotech and pharmaceutical representatives, caregivers, family members, and individuals with PWS. Our goal is to share education, awareness, and resources with those living with PWS and their supporters. Join us in our mission to enhance the quality of life and empower those affected by Prader-Willi syndrome.
Welcome to another episode of PWS United. Between June 24th and 28th, families and providers in the PWS community from around the world will be gathering in Phoenix, Arizona for the 2025 United in Hope International PWS Conference. Our episode is a conversation between Carrie and I, your PWS United podcast hosts, with Kristi Rickenbach, our parent support coordinator and frequent guest on the podcast, and the woman behind so much of the intricate and incredible planning for this event and for all of PWSA USA's events, our events coordinator, Angela Frazier. So our conversation gets into the nitty-gritty of what to expect as a conference attendee and hopefully answers any questions people may still have. You can, of course, check out our website and look for upcoming resources and information that we will send out. But I feel like we covered a good bit of ground in this conversation. But before we get started, we'd like to say a huge thank you to our conference sponsors, including Aardvark Therapeutics, our diamond sponsor, and our Platinum Plus sponsor, Soleno Therapeutics, and of course to all of our sponsors who have helped support us so that we can put on such an incredible and amazing event that we are so looking forward to. So, for those attending the conference in June, we look forward to seeing you in Phoenix. And if you're not going to make it this year, we hope that you consider joining us at conferences in the years to come. Hope you all are doing well. Now let's get into it.
Hello, everyone. It's Carrie here, and I'm joined by Annie and two amazing guests to talk all things conference today. So the 2025 International PWS Conference is less than 1 month away. That's amazing. And as a reminder, it's happening June 24th through 28th at the beautiful Arizona Grand Resort and Spa in Phoenix, Arizona. We are so excited to partner with the International Prader-Willi Syndrome Organization and the Foundation for Prader-Willi Research for this historic event and welcome a record number of attendees from around the world. It's going to be the best. So whether you're a first-time attendee or a seasoned pro at these conferences, we are here to walk you through everything you need to know to make the most out of your experience. So as mentioned, joining us today are two members of the amazing team behind the scenes. We have Kristi Rickenbach and Angela Frazier with us today. Thank you both for joining us and taking the time.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much. It's exciting. It's an exciting time.
It is. It's exciting. That's the word. Absolutely. So let's start here with the big picture. What do you think makes this International PWS Conference such a unique and important event for the PWS community?
Conference in itself has always been a huge part of our community, right? Being able to be with people that get it, to be able to learn and just be able to talk with people to get their experiences is huge, right? But to be with the international organization and then with FPWR, we have never all done anything together like this. And so it just really is kind of for lack of a better term, it's a cool time for us, right? We're all working together for the same good. We all want the same thing for all of our kids. So I think this conference is going to be, it's going to be something to be remembered for sure.
I think internally, too, it's been amazing to see the collaboration among the three organizations and all of the ideas being passed around and oh my gosh, I love that. Yes, let's do that, too. Everyone's getting along so well and working together so well. So I love to see the external reaction from the community and then the internal growth and collaboration among, all three organizations. So
I got to be honest, it has been such a pleasure to work with FPWR and IPSO, just to hear their ideas, and we can all bounce ideas off of each other, and everything just keeps getting better and better. I think, all right, we got it set. And then somebody's got another idea. I'm like, yes, we're doing that too. So,
Right.
yeah, it's been so fun. And to get to know some of the people in the other organizations, you kind of maybe talk to them, but to work with them and see their vision for things and realize that we really are all here for the same thing. We all just want to make the lives of everyone with PWS better. And so it's been great.
Ah, well, thanks, Kristi. I agree. I'm really looking forward to just meeting so many new people and meeting people that I've just seen online and for all these years. And I've only been to one conference and I went by myself. So my family's coming to this one and I'm really excited for them to get to experience that being in the community and just like, oh, wow, everybody here gets it. And that's not an experience that we often get to have where we're in a room with people who understand what we're doing. So, for families or professionals attending for the first time, what can they expect and what advice would you give them as they plan their trip?
So for anybody that has not attended a conference in the past, we have sessions for everyone, right? So just make sure that you are looking over the sessions to make sure that it's something that is suitable for you to be at. If you're not sure, feel free to go to the registration table where we'll also have a help desk open. And so people can answer your questions there. There's going to be a lot of action going on. We will have a serenity room where if you are just like overwhelmed, it's a good place to go and kind of take a break to maybe sit and chat with some others. Don't feel pressured to have to be in a session at every time. If you need a break, it's really okay. There are times when you're just taking in so much information, you just need to kind of sit back and take it all in. So don't feel bad about that.
To piggyback off of that from Kristi, so Wednesday, Thursday is going to be our clinical scientific, and then our professional providers will come together. And then, like she said, Friday, Saturday, that'll be family, and that's when our Serenity Room will be open, as well as the exhibitors. So you can meet different organizations that work with ours, as well as some pharmaceutical companies. You can kind of get to talk to them, which is really cool. I think the most exciting part of all this is, I mean, we're going to be at 800 people just for family conference, which is huge. And then for clinical scientific, we have over 350. And then professional providers, we're going to have about 150 attending. So it will be a great event. And we will have like our mobile app, which will explain like all our sessions will be in there. If you have, like she said, any questions, our registration desk will be open. And beforehand, if you have questions, if you're looking through things, just send us an email and we'll try to get all your questions answered just so you know and what to be prepared for when you get there.
And I also want to share that we will be having a first time attendee meeting on June 4th at 11 o'clock Central Time. So we will be sending out a link for that so that you can join. If you have questions, you can come and you can ask them there. The conference is a great place to just be with people who truly understand everything that you're dealing with. And there's nowhere else in the world like it than the conference. It's just a great place to be.
That's 11 a.m. Central, correct?
Correct.
Will we have a link or should people reach out to get the link?
No,
Of their preference?
we will send the link out.
And then also we need to talk about like Friday night, we have our big birthday party for
Mhm.
PWSA's 50th celebration. This is our 50th year, and we are going to have a free event at the Oasis Water Park, and everybody is invited. And that'll start at 6:30 and end at 9. And we'll have a DJ, and we're going to do a drone show. And that's also a great way for everybody just to come together and just hang out and talk and just be together.
Yeah, thank you both for giving some details for our first time attendees. And I think anybody attending conferences are good refreshers and reminders about everything that they can expect at the conference. So thank you. And I would love to chime in here. I know Angela mentioned it, but to give a little more detail around our conference mobile app, we highly encourage everyone attending to download that. It'll just be on your phone. We'll give the directions. We'll give the how to download, how to use steps. Well ahead of the event, you'll get an email with a flyer, with directions, with notes. And then at the conference itself, we'll have the directions printed around the check-in area, and our help desk people can absolutely help you log into that and figure out how to use it as well. But it's going to basically show every single session, as Angela mentioned, on the app, when it's happening, where it's happening. You can add it to your own personal little calendar that filters in the app, so you remember which ones you want to go to ahead of time. And then it will also have a few interactive maps. So there's going to be a map tab, and if you click on it and open it, there's different markers that you can select, and they'll show you where different things are happening throughout the conference space and throughout the resort itself. So hopefully that's pretty useful as well. And our really helpful, we think it's going to be really helpful, attendee welcome packet is going to be linked there as well on the homepage, just for any refreshers that you need. If you're on the plane and want to look through that or print it off beforehand, we're going to have that link go out soon as well. But it will be living on the app too, if you ever want to pull it up and just get some reminders, refreshers about where everything is, what's going on. And yeah, it has a lot of great stuff.
When you get there, the resort it is a huge resort. Like, Carrie did a great job with the maps and stuff on the mobile app. So, utilize those to kind of find your way. But where we are, we're kind of all around the convention center where the rooms are. So don't get overwhelmed on like where things will be. Like, come to the desk, but also use your app, because those maps, they really help to kind of figure out where we're going to be. So anyway, I appreciate you doing that, Carrie.
Of
Yeah.
course. I think we've all been there as staff now, and even we can get
We
so
get lost.
a little turned around at this resort. It has a lot of amazing things, and we're there for a reason. It has a lot of space. We're able to take up a majority, if not all the rooms, those Friday and Saturday, to keep it just the PWS conference. But you can get turned around. So we're going to have directional signs all over. We're going to have ground stickers all over the place to make sure that you know where you're going. But something too that I think will be helpful is, as soon as you walk in the front doors in the lobby, we're going to have a separate kind of help desk with some of our conference volunteers or staff that'll be there to greet you as soon as you walk into the resort. So they can kind of point you in that first direction to get where you need to go. And there's also golf carts at the Arizona Grand Resort and Spa that you can utilize, and they can just take you places. You don't have to kind of weave around. You can hop in a golf cart. They will take you to the conference center. So a lot of different ways to navigate and find where you need to be. But hopefully we have it set up in a way that it will be easy as possible.
I'll just say that if you are trying to go to the gym at like 6 in the morning and you find yourself wandering through a dark parking lot, you are in the wrong spot. So I learned that one the hard way.
Good advice.
Good to know. Good to know.
All right. So can you walk us through what happens when someone first arrives? Like, where should they go and what will they receive?
When you first arrive, you go to the convention center and you will see our registration desk. And that's where you will go in, you'll check in, we'll give you your name tags. If your kids are in camp, they will actually get their name badges when they meet Thursday night. We'll have a time for the camp that they can go in, meet their counselors, and get their name badges there. But when you check in, you'll get your name tags, your swag bag. And that's a great place to ask any questions you might have about the sessions or the mobile app. Like, we'll be there to answer anything.
Well, I think at that time, like after you have all your stuff, it's a good time to kind of familiarize yourself with where the rooms are, right? So take time to look kind of over the schedule, where you want to be, and figure out where they're going to be. All of the session rooms are all together. It's not like you're going to have to walk far, but it'd be nice to know, like, where's, the water, where's the restrooms, where, just have all of that down so that it's just easier for you to get to where you need to be.
Yeah, that's a great point. The session rooms are really in that same space that the check-in desk and help desk is. So if you just turn around, you'll see the doors for our main session rooms. And then there's a little hallway outside as well that'll take you to some of the other rooms. But it's all in the same space, which will be really helpful.
It's a
Yeah,
huge
everything's on the first floor. Everything's on the first floor for sessions, but like there is camp will be on the second floor. We'll have people directing you, so please don't think we're going to be like, here you go. We have a lot of
Good luck.
volunteers. Good luck. Finding your space. No, we will have people, at different doors, especially during the sessions and after the sessions to kind of show you where to go. But yes, and if you, like we said, if you have questions, just let us know. We're happy to show you. Or if you get there, I know that you can reach out to one of us and you can say, like, can you show us around? I know that we're gonna have a group of volunteers that can kind of show you like where things will be if you're more comfortable doing it like that as well.
So, how are people going to know who's a volunteer and who's staff to ask if they have questions?
So, from a volunteer standpoint, we'll have the volunteer sticker on the bottom of the badge, and then staff, it'll be on their badge as well. So, just
Look for the ribbons that say volunteer and staff. Yeah. And then the help desk. Just keep finding yourself back there, honestly, if you have questions. So we know that many families will be attending sessions with their loved ones who have PWS, especially because camp spots filled up so quickly. So, what are some of the key things that caregivers and parents should know to keep their loved ones safe during conference if they're coming to those sessions with them?
a big thing is just make sure that your child is with parent or guardian at all time. There is a lot of pools here, and then there's that 11-acre water park. So we just want to make sure everybody is safe. Another thing is if you are bringing your child to sessions, we do have an opportunity if you want to buy a lunch ticket for them to make sure you go into CVent and purchase a lunch ticket for them. Because if you don't have a ticket, you won't get lunch. But we have to do I have to give a number count at the beginning of June.
Because there will be so many children with PWS with their parents, it's really important that if your child starts to be loud or if they need something, we just request that you walk out as quietly as possible, help them with whatever needs they have, just so that everybody that is in the sessions has the chance to listen to everything that they're there to hear. We know kids are kids. No matter what, they are going to sometimes be demanding and need things, and so we're totally understanding of that. We just ask that you take them out quietly and then come back in when you can.
And
Yeah.
another thing is the survey that we sent out. On that survey, it would be great to know what sessions everybody is interested, but also if you are bringing your child into sessions, that'll help us out to know how many people will be in the main ballroom. That'll help us from a logistics standpoint, just to make sure everybody has seating, we have enough space, and we're thinking all that through.
So we can have that. We'll have that survey link in the show notes for everyone to go find and fill out if you have not done so yet. I did want to add too here that we're going to have breaks that have snack areas in 2 different spots in the conference area. We're going to have one in the back of the main ballroom
And then on
and
the
then out.
patio, right where the exhibitor hall is in the Serenity Room, we'll also have a breakout there as well. So there's two places, but we do want to make everybody aware that there is going to be food out, and just to kind of keep an eye on your child, just to keep them safe as well.
Right, because they might be left unattended at sometimes throughout the conference, 2
Will the,
days of the conference.
will the snack tables be out the whole day?
No, they'll just be out during the break time, just for the allotted, I want to say maybe 30 to 45 minutes. I don't know for
Okay.
sure. With so many people, honestly, we could be, if everybody goes through, it could be empty in 5 minutes. And everything's bagged. It's like nuts and chips and trail mix, all that stuff.
No, I mean, there's still a possibility that there will be food and garbages
Yeah.
sitting out. So it's just good to know. And that's why, it's really important that you always are with your loved one with PWS. Don't let them wander around because it's a huge area. It's get turned around and get lost.
And
And
it's
then
going to be hot. It's going to be hot. There's those trails. We don't want anybody getting lost on any of those trails or anything. And another thing for the 50th birthday party on Friday, if a child is going to the birthday party, they have to be accompanied by a parent or guardian, and the whole time, the whole event, just to keep them safe.
Yeah, that's really important to know. So I really wanted to emphasize the lunch aspect of this. I know you mentioned it, Angela, but we did end up putting a deadline date out there for additional family program lunches to be purchased by June 1st. So that's the cutoff date that you can go in and modify your registration if you're bringing a youth or adult loved one into the sessions who you have not purchased a registration for or a lunch for already. We ask that you please modify your registration. You can go into either that confirmation email that you received and click View or modify my registration at the bottom of the email, or you can contact us and we can help walk you through that process or help do it for you. But June 1st, please go in and purchase that additional, it's called Family Program Additional Lunch Option in the registration process so that we can make sure that your loved one gets a ticket and can participate and be part of the conference provided lunch.
And you're more than welcome to bring their lunch in. We know a lot of our children are on specific diets, so you are more than welcome to bring your lunch in. The hotel does have a restaurant in the lobby. There is a place if you want to do room service, or each room has their own refrigerator. So if you just want to make their lunch and bring in a lunchbox or go back to the room or whatever, but please know your loved one is more than welcome to come to lunch and bring their own lunch in.
And this does not apply to camp attendees, though. Just to make that clear,
That's completely separate.
if your loved one is registered for a camp already, their lunch will be provided in their camp. So they won't need a ticket, they won't need to come and join
No.
you. They're all taken care of already.
All right, so that's lunch. So what about the other meals of the day? I am someone
So
who loves food trucks, so I'm actually really excited about this part.
I am too. So in the morning, you can always go to the lobby. They are gonna, their restaurant will be open. There's a market in the lobby too, with like Starbucks and more like fast, grab and go items. Then right in front of the convention center, we'll have some food trucks. We'll have a coffee truck. One truck will do like breakfast tacos. We'll have a smoothie truck. The smoothie truck will not be there Friday morning because they're going to be at our event Friday night. So you can get breakfast. You can go back to your room because they'll be open on for family conference. We'll have them there at 7 in the morning, and then for clinical, scientific, and professional providers, they'll be there at 6 in the morning. So some people might want to grab a coffee, go back to their rooms, eat their breakfast, or grab it and go into sessions. Either way, you can do it. And then for dinners, Friday night, we will have food trucks. They're going to start at 5 o'clock right outside the Oasis Water Park. So after session is over, if you want to go grab something, bring it back to your room, or you can sit there. There will be tables there, but those will be open till like 8 o'clock at night. So those food trucks. There's also a Mexican restaurant on property that's really good. We've all been there. And then like I said, there's the lobby restaurant. There's the market again, and then also there is another restaurant called Rustler's Roost. Yeah, Rustler's Roost.
One thing I remember about that restaurant is they brought out, I think, cotton candy at the end,
Yes.
and we
Yes, and
didn't ask for it or order it
that
or
was the
anything.
first time they've ever done that. Like, we've been there a
Oh,
couple times. Yeah, that was the first time they've ever done that, but a thing to know is you cannot walk to that restaurant. It's a fun atmosphere. They have live music, country music. Some people were line dancing. I will say it's not the healthiest of foods, so just maybe look at look at the menus and stuff, but it was a fun atmosphere, and then you will most likely need to catch a shuttle from the front desk. They have a van that goes up there, so that's one thing to know. But other than that, you can do the Mexican restaurant, the lobby restaurant. You can do room service. Friday night, we will have food trucks. Saturday night, we won't have the food trucks for dinner.
I'm planning on ordering some groceries to have them delivered so that I
Yes.
can have some food there so that I don't so that is another option. You can order some food to have in your room. There is a fridge, not necessarily a microwave unless you want to ask for one, but if you like cheese and crackers and
little yogurts.
yeah,
For the morning, yeah, grab and go. And for like Christy said, you can call the hotel and request a microwave. They do charge you $10 a day, but we will also have during family conference on Friday and well, starting Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we'll have our hospitality rooms open in Camelback and Sedona, where the majority of our rooms are, and those will have microwaves in there. So when you get there, depending on which building you're at, maybe go and find that, and that way you'll know like that's where you can microwave your food. You can put stuff in your refrigerator and maybe go down in the morning to heat something up. But there's a lot of options.
it's
The
just
coffee truck, I'm so excited for. I don't know why, but
I am too.
just to have that right there, and the overnight, they're gonna have like overnight oats and stuff like that. So that's a good option.
Something else to mention, and I'm sure a lot of people know by now, and just know in general is that Phoenix in June is really hot. And we're doing some things to try to help with the heat throughout the conference area. But what are some of those things, I guess, that we're planning to do? And then is there any advice anyone has? You just link
From
up.
our standpoint, we're getting like down fans in certain areas outside. So when you're walking to the conference, we'll have that. Obviously, maybe wear lighter clothes, but it's going to be hot outside. But then, as many of us know, when you go to a conference, it's going to be freezing inside. So maybe just bring something that you can throw on during the sessions and everything like that. We will have in the conference center, there'll be like water stations. So we recommend bringing a water bottle that you can fill throughout the day, things like that. And just especially for our loved ones with PWS, just make sure they're constantly getting fluid and maybe possibly like a cool rag, something maybe when you're walking to different areas, I would recommend.
Cooling towels are the best, right? So if you don't have one of those for your loved one would be amazing. Again, as Angela said, I cannot reiterate this enough. Bring a sweatshirt to wear inside the sessions because
Mhm.
they have to keep it cool in there so that people don't get too hot listening, I guess. Right?
Mhm.
I don't know. I'd rather be warm.
Helps keep you awake too. That's what I do in the car. I blast the cold air. So I think they do that in schools too.
I like to start to shrink up and I'm shivering so much that I'm like, I'm falling asleep because I'm like, my body needs to reserve. So yeah, I'm just
Right. Not that we're doing that on that's not in our call. It's just how it is,
No,
right?
it's just
It's
how
so
they
interesting.
yeah.
Yes.
have, yeah, we have absolutely no say in the air conditioning. So
Mhm.
there will be misters, there will be fans, there'll be waters out for you to drink. So
Right.
make sure that if you're starting to feel overheated that you stop, right? You need to
Yep.
stop and sit somewhere cool for a little bit.
And there's
Absolutely.
that's the golf carts. I know we've kind of talked about that, but the hotel has golf carts that will take you places, pick you up. You just have to call the front desk. I will say the buildings are connected to the conference center. So from where you're staying, it should not be that far of a walk. But let's say you want to go to the lobby, get a snack, get a drink, whatever. You can call the front desk and they will send a golf cart to your room to come get you. So that's another option, just so you're not overheated. Utilize those.
And as Angela has found out, there are 2 sets of elevators in these, hotels on either side in the
The
building.
sweet buildings, yeah.
Yes.
It's very easy to get on the wrong one and you come out and you're like, "I have no idea where I am."
Where am I?
So that's where the signs come in.
So Carrie has so graciously made up beautiful signage and will point you back. It'll basically say, "Turn around." Like, right?
Yes, don't get out of this exit, go to another one, and then you'll go to the one just hop to exit until you find the one that says, "Exit here for conference center," and that's the one to exit out of. So,
There'll be a big sign that said, "You made it."
you made it! Congratulations. You figured it out. Yeah, it's again, that's where I've gotten the most lost is in the suite buildings themselves. Like, once you get out of them, especially if you can find yourself at the water park, it's pretty easy to figure out where you need to go because there's a lot more signage, directions, but yeah, within those buildings, it's a little tricky. So,
Take
we're
your
gonna do
gauge.
our best with the signs. Let me just say that. Yeah.
Yes, and like we said, everything's kind of even though the resort is really big, where we are is pretty compact with the convention
Mhm.
center and then the 2 buildings on each side. That's the majority of where people will be. Unless you are some people did get different type of rooms that are a little bit farther away from the conference center, but if you are in those rooms, then make sure you call for the golf cart to come get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually walkways, right? So when you come out
Mhm.
walking over to the conference center, you don't even have to like necessarily go downstairs because there are on one of the levels, right? There's walkways over to the conference center. So yeah, it's really pretty simple. It sounds so overwhelming, and when you look at the picture, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get lost. But I
You
promise you,
will. Was kidding. You're gonna get lost, but we are here to help you find your way. There you go.
Just find yeah, someone with a staff badge or a volunteer badge. I don't even know, maybe the volunteer badge people might might not be able to help with navigation either,
some of
but
the
But
the
if
staff,
staff people should.
Yeah, and in the mornings, one of the things we're doing is we will have volunteers in like the little pathways so we can kind of point people like this way to the conference center. Like Carrie and I found if you can find like Circle Drive and you can find the water park, conference is right there. That was the easiest for me is find that Circle Drive.
The Fountain View area. Yeah, that big fountain.
Big
And then the
fountain.
palm tree path. I just always look for the tall, tall palm trees lining the palm tree path. That's what I call it. I think it has a name, Paseo Drive or something.
Paseo
But
Drive. Yeah.
I like palm tree path better.
I do too.
same. I also wanted to call attention really quick to the fact that we'll have a nurses station on Friday and Saturday. If there are any heating issues or anything else that comes up that you just want to see a skilled nurse who can help or have any questions, we will have that nurses station on the second floor in the conference center, Palm 2D. We're going to have it on the map. That will help you. And it's open from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. So just a little reminder there for that.
Nice. So one of the most exciting parts of this week, and the one that I'm really looking forward to, is Friday night's 50th birthday celebration at the Oasis Water Park. So what do families need to know about this event and the supervision expectations? We kind of talked about it a little bit, but maybe we just make it a little more clear about kind of what the event's going to look like and what supervision is needed.
Sure. Like we mentioned before, on Friday we're doing our 50th birthday party. It's free for everyone to attend. So we will open the water park at 6:30 and we'll have a DJ, some games for the kids, and then around 8:45 we'll have our drone show that night. If you want we would recommend doing dinner beforehand. We have the food trucks there. And like we mentioned before, there's the restaurants around the hotel. But also, once you get to the water park, they actually have a place where you can order food there. If you want to wait till then to get dinner, you can also order inside the water park. And they're also letting us bring the food in from the food trucks. So if you want to get your dinner at the food trucks, bring that in. But it's just going to be really casual. We wanted just everybody to be together to celebrate all the things that we've accomplished the last 50 years. So we thought, hey, why not just throw a big old party? So that's what we're doing. From a standpoint of the kids, we did say, you have to have a guardian. We won't let any kids in without their parents walking in with them. And yes, they have lifeguards there, but we ask that you watch your kids the whole night, especially if they go and walk to the DJ or go do different events, that you're with them, just because we don't have the staff or the volunteers to watch everybody. As of right now, we have almost 700 people signed up to attend the birthday party. So it's going to be a fun event for sure. But if you want to come for a little bit, leave, or come later for the drone show, you can come and go. But like I said, it's really casual. So we just wanted everybody to be together.
I'll add into that really quick. I don't know anybody that knows Angela knows she knows how to throw a party. So I am so excited for this 50th birthday party, right? Show and to be able to hang out with everybody. It's super exciting. Everybody that's attending has to have a wristband. So those that are actually staying on property will get wristbands. If you are not staying on property, there will be a place for you to get a wristband. We just want to make sure that everybody has a wristband before they enter the water park.
And we've gotten a lot of calls like, what do we wear? Because in the past we've done a gala or something on Friday night. Obviously, you don't have to wear a ball gown to this. It's really casual. You can wear a sundress. You can wear shorts. Obviously, you can wear your swimsuit, cover up, whatever. So I'm excited for all of us to be together in one spot. I'm going to make sure Kristi goes down the water slide.
Getting that on video for sure.
That will never happen unless I'm dragging Angela with me. That would never happen. So
We'll go down together.
All right. And then before we wrap it up here, I wanted to ask a personal question, a more fun one. What is your favorite part of conference week or a moment you look forward to every time?
For me, it's just being together. I've met so many people on Facebook and Instagram, and you kind of form this bond with people you've never met before. And this is a time to actually meet everybody and just be together. There's something about community. Like, I could not get through this journey without our community and and my friends that I've met along the way. So for me, it's just meeting everybody and spending time together. As hard as it is to plan this conference, it's a lot of little parts. For me, I love to step back and just to see everybody enjoying their time there and just soaking everything in. So for me, it's just, I guess, community.
I'm not sure how I'm supposed to top that because she just took my answer, but I will say that I mean I've been going to conferences for 20 years now with Justice, and some of my absolute dearest and closest friends live across the country, and I only get to see them at conference, and so it's a time to not only be with them and to kind of actually catch up in real time versus on FaceTime or whatever, however time we get together. But it's time that I get to meet all these other people that I've been talking with or messaging with on Facebook, Instagram, Discord, you name it. We're talking on there. So yeah, it's just it's so nice to be with people that get it. And for the first 10 minutes, you don't have to explain what is PWS, right? You just go up and you're like, hey, I got you. You know what I mean? It's nice to just be with people and they totally just get you. And if you're like, I gotta walk away because of this, they're not like judging or questioning, or they're like, "Yeah, you take care of that and I'll be right here when you come back." Having that, once again, community is so important.
I like seeing all of you guys too, because we all work remote. So I love our team being together too. I'm excited to see our people.
I love our people.
I
We have
do,
the best
too.
people.
Ever.
Here. Thank you for listening to this episode of PWS United. If you want to learn more about Prader-Willi syndrome and how PWSA USA is making strides in advocacy, family support, and research, visit www.pwsausa.org. And while you're there, we encourage you to sign up for our Pulse email newsletter to stay informed about the latest news, resources, and events. Don't forget to subscribe to the PWS United podcast so you never miss an episode. Our team is always available to support families and their loved ones living with PWS 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You can call us at 941-312-0400 or email info@pwsausa.org. Catch a new episode next Tuesday, and until then, have a great week.